So today we're going to be teaching you how to do an area and volume problem.
2005 AP Calc AB question number 1. Let f and g be functions given by f of x equals 1/4 sine pi of x plus sine pi of x, and g of x equals 4 to the negative x. Let R be the shaded region in the first quadrant enclosed by the y-axis and the graphs of f and g, right here. And let S be the shaded region in the first quadrant enclosed by the graphs of f and g as shown in the figure above, right here. So, A says, find the area of R. Let's find the area of R. So we're going to take a look at our graph that we were given and see that R is right here. So, we notice that it starts at 0 and ends at this endpoint right here. But we don't know what that is, so we plug it into our calculator using our f of x and g of x, and we find the endpoint by going through the graph until we hit right there. And we found that the endpoint is 0.178210. So, with our endpoint being right there, we now can plug it into our formula. We take the top of the graph, so function g of x right here, as shown, and the bottom of the graph, f of x right here, and we subtract them. So we take the integral from 0 to our endpoint of g of x minus our f of x. So when we plug that into our calculator, since all of these will be calculator problems, we get 0.06475. And that's easy for A. Now, for B, we have to find the area of S, which is pretty much the same thing. Now we notice that this is a whole sine function, so it will end at 1. And we start at our endpoint for the previous this. So, when we start right here, we're going to have the definite integral from 0.178210 to 1. And we notice that our top graph this time is f of x, and our bottom graph this time is g of x. So we're going to plug it in opposite this time. 1/4 sine of x, yada yada, minus 4 to the negative x, dx. Don't forget to write dx. So, as we take that integral, we're going to end up, after typing it into our calculator, with 0.410362. And it's easy as that.
So this says, find the volume of the solid generated when S is revolved about the horizontal line y equals -1. So we're not going around the axis, we're actually going around y equals -1. So when you're going back to your problem, you have to make sure that you add in that 1 when you're doing each part. So the equation for volume, you start V equals pi, you always add pi out in front, from the integral, and since we're doing S, we're going to use the same integral as we did up here. So from 0.178210 to 1. And then you're going to go into your actual math part where you're going to do f of x minus g of x, just like you did up here, f of x minus g of x. But this time, when you're doing it, you have to make sure you add 1 on the inside due to that horizontal line, and each one is squared. So you do f of x plus 1 squared minus g of x plus 1 squared dx. Then you just go and plug it into your calculator like we've done before. Make sure you add your pi out in front, and you'll end up with 4.55876 as the volume of that solid when rotated around that horizontal.
And in the words of Mr. Olivo, good luck, have fun.